Welcome everyone to another episode of Y&T and Friends Vinyl Talk. I am your host, Brian Foster. And on today's episodes, we'll be doing another concert series. Today, I'm going to be talking about Rush. So I was fortunate enough to head out to LA on Tuesday morning with a good friend of mine, Jeff. Went out there to see night 2 of Rush's 50-something tour. So I was very excited. I would not, by any stretch of the imagination, call myself a Rush expert. More of a casual Rush fan. To be perfectly honest, Rush was not one of my favorite bands growing up in the 80s, late 70s and the 80s. Liked a lot of their songs. More of a hits kind of fan, I guess you could say. Until recently. Definitely respect Rush and what they do. Great musicianship, obviously, with Neil on drums, and his, untimely passing, but also with Alec and Geddy as well. So this was the first time I was going to see Rush. So I was definitely excited to head out there. Both Jeff and I first time seeing him. So headed out on Tuesday to LA. They had 4 sold out shows at the Fourm, which is an iconic venue. Just a great place to see a show if you haven't seen one there, and you get a chance to. Highly recommended to do that. I did, with them, taking a night off in between shows. So they opened up on Sunday night. So Monday I was able to kind of see some videos, on YouTube, see what the set list looked like. So I was definitely excited for night 2 to see what changes were going to happen. I'm sure most of you have seen and heard that they're going to change up the set list pretty much nightly, or each show that they do. They have 40 some odd songs, I think, that they rehearsed that they're gonna run through. I think the structure of the show is pretty much going to be the same. They have like what they call set 1, and then a little intermission, then set 2, and then a 2-song encore. So, start to finish, you're talking 3 hours. Playing time, you're talking 2.5, 240, something like that, which I think is just absolutely incredible, especially for getting Alec with with where they are in age on this. So, so let's just we'll kind of run through the set list, and then I'll kind of talk about some of the songs, share some videos that I took and pictures. I'm not one to take a lot of video during shows. I like to try to enjoy it as much as possible, but I do want some video of it, evidence that I was there. So there's a video. I'll talk about the stage too. I thought the stage was really cool. Big screen in the back that they used, I thought, very well. Not only for videos, but showing different members of the band at different times of the show. Definitely helps for those that were, more in the back on there. We were sitting on the floor, but we were sitting basically even with the soundboard. So we were back there a little ways on the floor. So it's nice that they use that video board there so you can see a little bit better. All right, so set 1. So they run the video, Where's Rush? With Jason and Paul Rudd, with that intro, which is pretty cool. Then they go into Xanadu, which is what they did on night 1 as well. So Xanadu is a cool opener. Then right into Spirit of Radio. Spirit Radio is a cool song. Thought they did a great job on that. Next up was Analog Kid from Signals. So apparently, first time since 2013 that they played this song. So that was great. Then in the Free Will, really like that song. I think that's a great song. They did that very well. I'll just say that going into this, I wasn't sure about how Getty was going to sound. Even with some of the videos that I saw, I thought he sounded great. Seems like the time off and maybe some vocal coaching or something like that has really helped with him. And then the next song was Subdivisions. So then they go into a video collage with a little Neil Peart tribute, and then into Bravado, which is not one that I was very familiar with, to be honest with you. And then to Leave That Thing Alone, which again, according to this, was first time since 2011 that they played that song. So I really do think it's cool how they're mixing in some songs that they haven't played in a very, very long time. And switching things up. So I mean, if you're a huge Rush fan, you probably want to go to multiple shows if they're playing multiple shows in your city, so you can see that. Reminds me of like what Metallica does with their no repeat weekends. But they obviously will repeat songs. But if you're gonna, you depends on if the night you go, you might miss out on some of your favorite songs. So again, if you're gonna go to multiple nights. Then they went into a sketch, the tree sandwiches little video, and then the trees. So that was the first time since 2008 that they played that one. Right into Headlong Flight, Apparently, it's first one time since 2015. And then into probably one of the first Rush songs that I remember hearing and or seeing on MTV, and that's "Limelight," which is a great classic rock tune. So that ended set one. So they do a little countdown intermission. I believe they put 25 minutes on the clock, which looked like tubes up on the screen there. Um, and then they do a little countdown and they hit zero, and then all of a sudden the clock springs back to 21:12. So night one they did kind of the abbreviated one, which goes into the Sphinx, and then the other one, I'm sorry, I can't remember the other part of that. Um, but the second night here, what I saw, they did the 21:12 in its entirety. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts to it. So they did the whole entire thing. So if you're, I know a bunch of huge Rush fans were extremely excited about that part of it. So about 20 minutes, I think, for the whole entire thing. So I got to see that. After they finished 21:12, went into Animate, first time since 2015. And then Closer to the Heart, which is one that I recognize a little more so. Great song, and then right into A Passage to Bangkok. So apparently that's been since 2008 since they've played that one. Then another tribute video for Neil, and then went into Time Stand Still, which had Amy Mann back up on stage. So I was excited to see that she came back out. Did came out for night one. I'm assuming when at this taping they've done 3 shows, and Amy's been out for all 3, so I'm assuming that the 4th show should be out there as well. But I'm also assuming that it'll just be the LA shows that she'll be out there for. So that was really cool. Then into YYZ or Z, I guess if you're Canadian. For moving pictures. So, moving pictures is probably my favorite Rush album, front to back. So definitely familiar with that one. Then into Anthem. Apparently, the first time they've played at least a piece of it since 2015, but according to this, first time in full since 1978. So that's quite a long time since they played the full version of that song. And then to Red Barchetta, again off of Moving Pictures. And then into Witch Hunt, first time since 2011. Then they had the little South Park intro, which was really cool. And then right into probably the most famous Rush song, Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer, me cry.
Then they go to the encore. So encore number 1 was Finding My Way, which they did at the Junos when they first performed with Annika. And then, which apparently they do on most tours, they finish the set with Working Man, which I thought was a great ender, off the debut. The solo and the extended part before the third verse there was just absolutely incredible. So again, for me, the great way to end the show, and then with a little another little Neil tribute on the video board. So, and that's 28 songs technically on this set list. So just again, just overall, I thought they were all great. Have to talk about Annika a little bit. I thought she was amazing on drums. Those fills sounded right on point. I know the crowd was just going nuts, especially at some of those famous fills like in Tom Sawyer and other songs. So it was great to see the crowd react to her the way that they did. But overall, the band just sounded incredible. Um, Great show, great stage show. It's not the pyro and stuff, from other shows, but I thought they used the video boards extremely well. Um, just it was I was kind of blown away from this show. So glad I got to go. I know they're playing, closer to me in Denver. So if I get an opportunity, I might go check that out again. But um, if you don't have tickets to both nights in your areas and you can still get them, again, I would definitely do that. So great. Again, just glad I got to see them finally. I'm sure this will be the last tour. So um, great. I got to spend it with a lifelong friend of mine. So um, if you've seen the show or are going to the show, please leave comments down below. Let me know where you're going to see them. Or if you were at the LA shows, let me know what you thought. Again, the Forum is just a great place to see a show. And please, hit like and subscribe down below. I'll be doing some more, concert series as I go to shows over the summer and fall, and then get back on track with some Y&T videos straight ahead. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.